Over the years, I've been discouraged by our attempts to work with students who have failed Algebra One and yet want to go on to Geometry or Algebra Two. We sometimes have sent them to summer school, and usually everything goes so quickly that sometimes it works out, but sometimes it doesn't. Then we have, in recent years, had programs that we've used to try to tutor the kids where each one works at their own pace, working with a computer where they read or follow along with some prepared materials on the computer, and then they answer questions. When they answer all the standard questions that are provided in the software, then it's considered that they have mastered those objectives and they're allowed to go on. But we teachers see that once they get into the class that follows, that they're not as prepared as we would like. In fact, some teachers have reported that the very first day of school, when they're asked to do a problem that they don't know how to work, they just say, well, I'll just work on recovery credit. I'm just going to sit here and not do anything. So they give up, thinking that they're going to do recovery credit. And many students have told me that when they did the recovery credit, what happened was that they eventually memorized the answers to the multiple choice questions that they were given until they mastered the answers, not the actual understanding, until they got the credit so that they could go on and get it on their transcript. This bothered me so much, so over a number of years, over several years actually, I thought about what do I want students to really know, and I made a series of what I call essential algebra worksheets, which are generated by the computer, and you can get nearly infinite numbers of worksheets that cover each topic so the students don't get the same question over and over again and can't memorize that the answer is C. And I have these 6 categories for Essential Algebra 1. These are the things that if I had a student that could master these, I could go on with them in geometry. It wouldn't have every objective that we would like in Algebra 1, but at least they would be able to succeed in the sequential class that came after Algebra 1. So I want to show you how this works. Here we have a series of worksheets that you can create, like adding and subtracting integers, adding signed numbers, combining terms with integral coefficients. So in order to have some control over what random number generator you're going to use, I gave the option for you to put a checkbox in here. If you don't check this box, the worksheets are generated off of the time of the computer in milliseconds, and so the chances that you'd hit the exact same time of day to create a worksheet is kind of remote, but it could happen. You could, if you wanted to, select your own number to see the random number generator. Like if I put 100 in here, I'll get one worksheet. If I put 100 in there tomorrow, after opening the program fresh, I would get the same worksheet. If I put 256, I'll get another worksheet. And this way, if you lose your answer key, you can get it back. But I'm going to put the 100 in here, and then I'm going to say print. Now it's going to come out my printer. Oh, I forgot to select the type of problem. So say I wanted to add and subtract integers and print. It's now going to come out my printer. A worksheet and a worksheet with the answers are going to be coming out of my default printer. At least I think so. So that's what would happen. I can't really show you unless I go to a screenshot of those worksheets, what the problems look like. But this is how you would use these, and it's nearly infinite worksheets. If a teacher was doing a course not necessarily on computer, they could use my software to teach, but then if they wanted to give homework assignments, and they could just keep working on each of these activities and give 1 or 2 worksheets a day, and then maybe the next day give another worksheet which was different as a quiz or something. Then if we made it through this, I believe that the students would be ready to succeed in geometry, at least more than what we have now. So I just wanted to show you how essential algebra worked. And you can see there are different topics. I would probably put the one version of each of these worksheets up online so you can, as PDFs, so you can download them and see what they're like. Then you can have an infinite number of them. Thanks. Bye.